Hi everyone, Diana Rankin here with your Psychic Soul messages and a prediction or two for the week. I think it's the 20th week of the year 2019 and it's the week of May 5th to the 11th. And happy Cinco de Mayo. Excuse me. I'm going to make this as quickly as I can and as short. And I apologize for running late this week. I've been down ill, which doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. And so I'm running a little bit late. And we're going to get into, we'll have a message from Philip, my spirit guide. So welcome everyone. And we will, this particular book is an oracle book. Just each page has a different wisdom message on it. I also did turn to a page in one of my other books, Joy, which has 52 processes for how to be happy. Excuse me. I'm just getting my voice back, so it's still a little raw. For those of you waiting for impeachment, it's not going to happen this week, and let me explain what's going on a little bit here. Let's pretend this is the world. Well, it's not. It's a globe of the stars, the night sky, and it even has the Milky Way on there, which I can see from my home. And when we step out in the backyard, we can see the Milky Way. It's wonderful. But let's imagine this is the world, and every thought we have, every deed we do, every emotion, and especially if it's a thought with an emotion behind it or a deed with an emotion behind it, it's going out into the sky, into this beautiful night sky, into this wonderful universe. And then imagine that around the universe, around our world, there is this invisible screen that is pushing back, bouncing back every thought we send out to it. So let's say, for example, we send a thought of love and we look at that person we love, whether it's our spouse or a partner or a child or a four-legged one. And yes, Daisy and my other four-legged ones and all the two-legged ones have been wonderful this week. I've had very good care. Thank you. Daisy's just wonderful. And the cats would not get off of me, so they were all healing me. Anyway, imagine this thought of love goes out into the universe and then bounces back and bounces back and bounces back. So over eons of time, that thought of love that we have continues to feed the universe and feed our planet. Well, the same is true of those thoughts of anger or fear. And right now, the thoughts of fear and anger are coming back at us at a greater rate than those of love. Why is that? Well, I think a couple of different things are going on, and I think one of those is that as history repeats itself, because all these thoughts are bouncing back, we are evolving into a place of greater love. However, in order to do that, we have to look at all of these thoughts that aren't of love and heal them. And that takes a certain momentum, and we're just not yet at that momentum. We don't have enough people yet to be able to send out the thoughts of love instead of the thoughts of fear. And forgive me for not having much voice today. I hope you can hear me. I am struggling to be able to speak as loudly as I can. Anyway, here are the thoughts. What are you sending out into the universe? Please send out thoughts of love. Catch your thoughts of anger. That's not to keep yourself ignorant of what's going on. Not at all. Just the opposite. It is to be absolutely aware of what's going on. And as we're aware of what's going on, we can then work to correct it and change it to love instead of one of fear. The process I have for you today is joy. From Joy is called Creating New Brain Pathways. In order for us to keep sending out love instead of fear or anger, what we have to do is create new pathways in our own brain. And there are several ways of doing that. One of the ways is simply to write down, when you're unhappy about something, take a sheet of paper and write it down. And then turn that piece of paper over and write the opposite. So for example, if I'm angry, I might say, okay, I'm angry at that driver who cut me off in traffic. And then I'd write it over and I might say, I'm really grateful that excuse me, I'm really grateful there. My voice is coming back a little bit. I'm really grateful that driver didn't hurt myself, didn't hurt me or anybody else. So it just write down what you're upset about, turn it over, and write the opposite. We can always find the gratitude in what's going on. Let's look at what Philip has to say for us today. Welcome, everybody. And again, I apologize for not having much voice, and I apologize for being a little late this week. So anyway, and yes, I am healing, and thank you for your healing thoughts, and thank you for all your comments below. I appreciate them, and we'll get to answering them. So we just think left page or right page, and we open, and there we go. And I'm thinking right page, but I always read both pages. But okay, thank you. Here's our message for this week. Where peace lives, there can be no conflict. Where peace lives, there can be no conflict. Change your thoughts to peace, not conflict, and we'll create peace. On the left it says, we are all only beginning to understand. We are all only beginning to understand. My friends, there is so much to understand out there. Let's do our best to add love as we seek to understand what's going on. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for bearing with me today. I apologize for not having much voice. I love you. And I apologize for not having a lot of energy either. It's coming back. Be well, my friends. Do stay informed of what's going on. It's the only way we can heal it. Recognize the shadow and then add light to it. I love you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for adding love to our world. Because what you put out there is going to come right back to you and to the whole world. Until next week.